What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video. I finally have a bicep vein on my right arm, which means I'm now officially an authority figure. I look like I lift, I have some vascularity. Ergo, you should listen to me. But today, I want to talk about why you should not chase the pump. You see, we want to talk about training and we want to take a look at the big picture. And some people, while I've been advocating for hypertrophy when it comes to natural lifters, even if you want to get strong, why having a good muscular base is necessary. Some people think I've gone off the deep end. A small minority, they say, well, wait a second, Omar, you're talking about just doing pump training? Like, what are you talking about? And I want to be very clear here. One should not chase the pump. And I think it's an illusion of a lot of bros, quite honestly, that do only exclusively higher rep work. And so there is a form of progressive overload. They do more repetitions over time, but they don't focus on getting stronger. And I think why people chase the pump, and what I mean when I say a pump, we all know what this means. When you do a certain amount of movements for a muscle group and then the muscle feels inflated, right? You have more blood flowing into that area. It feels swollen. It feels like you have a pump. And you look better when you're lean, especially when you get a pump. And so a lot of people become attracted to chasing the pump. As Arnold said in Pumping Iron, he loves the pump. But for a natural lifter, you can't only chase the pump. And so I put out that program, I think now 2 months ago, called the Maximum Hypertrophy Program with Kaizen Training. And if you take a look, at its core, it still focuses on a strength progression with the big movement. So all the fundamentals are there. The only way to truly incorporate pump training, higher repetition work, more isolation movements, is integrating it into a larger program, not exclusively into itself. And you see this problem with some bros where they get those initial newbie gains. So they go to the gym, they'll do whatever, 3 sets of chest flies, they'll do a few sets on the bench press, maybe 185, 225, they'll do sets at 8 to 10. They do probably 5 to 7 movements, all getting a pump. So working roughly probably in the 60 to 75% range, and then they'll go home and after a few years they build a certain amount of muscle. However, inevitably there comes the point with every natural lifter where you need to get stronger. And so I don't think you'll ever encounter a truly jacked natural individual who isn't at least pretty strong. And so when I've personally been advocating for more pump work, it depends upon what side of the spectrum you're on. For some of them IPF boys, which I love, and the specificity does rule if you want to get stronger, you take a look at their training and they'll do a bench press 3 to 4 times a week, maybe a few variations. They're highly specific with their movements. So they're doing big movements, higher intensity, lower overall volume. And that's not sufficient. There's not enough variation, there's not enough volume to necessitate hypertrophy. For those people, adding in some pump work can be very beneficial because it allows them to get that volume threshold. It also allows them, and I do believe, once again, we've spoken about this before, the mind-muscle connection, where sometimes if you focus exclusively, so let's talk about strength athletes now for a second. If you focus exclusively on getting stronger, you become, from a neuromuscular standpoint, quite efficient. The bench press feels second nature to you. If you're like me, if you're like a lot of people, right now, if you're to load up 315 on the bar on the bench press, I could rep it out cold, as long as, hey, knock on wood, nothing bad happens, but I can go in, I could rep it out because I've done so much work with that movement. I'm efficient, but in ways that could be a problem because we have certain dominant characteristics. Me, the ass chest, no matter what bench press variation, this guy's gonna take over. So if all I do, if I'm a powerlifter or strength athlete, and I focus largely on the bench press, maybe yes, some overhead press work, even on the close grip bench press, triceps, not gonna get enough love. So pump work, or let's say a more bodybuilding style approach, is necessary if you want to maximize hypertrophy, but it needs to be in conjunction with a strength program, with a strength base. And so that's why when I spoke about that maximum hypertrophy program, you have your base, trying to get stronger, doing the big compound movements, and then yeah, you should be doing the pump work. And I just see sometimes, because I think it's a little, honestly, it's a little bit of tribalism. It's a little bit of that identity stuff where someone's like, oh, I'm a powerlifter. Oh, no, I'm a bodybuilder. Therefore, I do this. And so a bodybuilder, you know, it's a taboo to do the deadlift for the squat because it's like, wait a second, bro, maybe I shouldn't be doing those movements. I think integrating the two together makes a lot more sense, and that's the trap that we see from commercial gym bros, is that they get attracted to the pump because when you do the pump, when I do my strength workouts, when I do the bench press, and I do my 5 sets of 3, After I do that at 87%, they're hard reps. I can't do more reps, but my pump, I really don't have one. If I do, 5 sets of 20, tricep push downs, bicep curls, I look way bigger. In fact, the photos that you guys have seen on Instagram, that's me post pump rather than focusing on strength. But you have these individuals that become attracted to chasing the pump, and they think whatever muscle they see becoming enlarged in the training session is going to produce an equal training effect, and it's not the case. So if you are one of those people continuously chasing the pump, focus also on getting stronger. You might not aesthetically look better in that moment. And again, if we were to line up 2 bros, so think of this thought experiment right here. If we were to take 2 bros and one was to do a more balanced training approach, strength based, then pump stuff, and then someone that just does pump work, at the end of that workout, if they had the same base and they took off their shirts, the guy that did the pump work would look better after that workout. But long-term progress, when the muscle actually grows, the person that had that integrated approach would be supreme in the end. So sometimes don't look at the acute effect, look at the long-term effects of what you're doing. Pump work is necessary in the right context. I hope I explained it in this video today, because the channel has a wide net where there's a lot of different people. I'd say most of us, we care about strength and we care about hypertrophy, but sometimes you have some people that come from one camp too much that are not focused on competing either in bodybuilding or powerlifting, and so we just need to make that distinction. Anyways, I gotta get at it. Bro, Severin, with a yes or no, did I train biceps today?
No.
And I got a vein. I'm a YouTube authority figure. You know what? It feels amazing. I gotta get out of here, guys. If you like the video, make sure to like the damn video, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Nova boys.
Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.